My guest on the program is Professor Josiah Ajiboye, the Registrar of the Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria. He is grateful to the federal government for the recent incentives put in place for teachers, but he's upset about other things. According to him, the commercialization of education in Nigeria is a huge contributor to the decadence in our society. Any teacher not registered with the council, according to him, is not fit to teach any child in Nigeria. He also gives us an update on the striking teachers in the nation's capital. Professor Josiah Ajiboye, welcome to Dayton Abuja.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here.
It's been a year since we spoke.
Oh, that's great. So you are counting dates?
Yes,
you know?
I'm counting the days. I remember the last time we talked, it was at the time when they had harmonized the ages for teachers' retirement and there was a new salary scale.
Okay, the approval given by Mr. President.
Yes.
That was October 2020.
Yes.
Actually, the announcement was made precisely on the 5th of October 2020 by the Honorable Minister of Education, Malam Adamu Adamu.
Yes.
So it's been a nice time.
You were very excited at the time. How has it been?
Oh, no.
Has it been implemented?
It's a good experience, Let me say that, look, there are some, when the approval was given in 2020, we have set the timelines for the implementation. Some we said will commence in 2021, and some are going to start in 2022. I have to report to Nigerians that actually the aspect of the age and the extension of service years, that has been, we started implementation in 2021, January 2021. So it's been a good one, at least for teachers who were age 60 and education officers who were age 60 last year. They have been asked to continue on their job because
for the next 5 years.
Yes, for the next 5 years, because of the approval of Mr. President. So we have started implementation for some of the aspects, and some we are commencing in this 2022, especially those ones that has to do with bursary allowance for students and teaching practice allowance for both students and their lecturers, and other support like rural housing scheme for teachers, science teachers allowance, or what you call difficult subject allowance for teachers, and other components of it. The implementation will commence in 2020. We are working out the details with regards to the implementation of those ones.
There were some conditions you gave for teachers to be able to enjoy these incentives.
No, definitely. Definitely. It's not going to be a loose thing. It's not going to be a loose thing.
So what are the conditions?
Yeah.
Just so you can refresh our memory.
Yeah, it's important that
because I know we're about to go into the private teaching
if you are
part
not,
of
if
this
you are not a
conversation.
registered teacher, if you are not a registered teacher with the Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria, it's even stated in the, before they are giving the extension, there is a committee, a panel that you have to meet, and there are certain conditions that you have to, part of the condition that you have to satisfy, apart from health certificate and things like that, to say that you have still of sound mind and you can continue for the next 5 years, you must be a registered teacher. You must show evidence of TRCN certificate, but not only the certificate, also the license.
What you're basically saying to us is that they have to be members of the organization.
Oh yes, definitely you must be a registered teacher.
But we know that not all teachers are members of the organization.
With the Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria. And if you are not yet registered, therefore you cannot, that means you cannot enjoy that.
But we have a lot of teachers, especially in the private sector, especially in private schools, who are not members of the organization. Why do you think this is?
No.
Why do you think they don't register with the organization?
That is the problem we are having. In the first instance, they are not even qualified to be teachers. A large number of them, I am saying this and I'm telling Nigerians this, a large number of those who are teaching in private schools are not teachers. They are just cheaters. Okay? Because they are not qualified to be in the classroom in the first instance.
What made them unqualified to be in the classroom? If they read education, if they read the education
no,
school,
if that's what I'm saying.
If they are qualified for it and then they decided that, look, a private school is going to pay me better than the government. These incentives, you said, it's a start. It's not the best practice yet. So a lot of teachers who want to be able to take care of their families and they want to be able to, meet these basic needs that they have, would probably go into the private sector.
Do you know what?
To do it.
I'm trying to.
Why would you exclude those people from something that could make them better?
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that a large number, for example, let me give you precisely, specifically speaking, over 83% of teachers in public schools in Nigeria are well qualified and they are registered and licensed by TRCN. Okay? Over 83%.
That's the Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria. Just so you can understand that it's
you're
the registrar of that organization.
Yes.
So it's important for you that Are there teachers in the private sector who are registered with your organization?
So about 83% of teachers in public schools are qualified and are registered with teachers. But the same thing is not happening in the private sector, in the private schools. In the private schools, you have less than 40% of the teachers that are registered with TRCN. Do you know why?
Why?
Because they are not qualified to be teachers in the first instance. The fact that you have a degree in a cognate area without education, you are not qualified. If you have a degree in a cognate area, for example, you have BSc chemistry, you are not a teacher. For goodness sake, there's a difference between having the knowledge of the content and knowing how to present it to the learners. Okay? Somebody once argued, which one is more important? Is it what to teach or how to teach it? These people only have the knowledge of what to teach. They do not have the knowledge of how to teach it. That is what we call the pedagogical knowledge. They don't have it, and they don't have the pedagogical skills. Okay? And so they are not teachers ab initio in the first instance. So they are not registrable, even by TRCN.
I went to public school, but at the time, public schools were better than private schools. Now, there is that conversation, sir. You cannot pretend that this conversation doesn't happen.
No, it exists.
Where the private schools, where we're looking at the quality of private schools and the quality from public schools.
Believe you
and
me.
A lot of
Believe
cases, whether it is in the secondary schools or in universities or primary schools, a lot of parents who are listening to you right now will tell you that I will not put my child in a public school.
Well, it's about mentality.
It's about mentality. It's about the reality of the classroom.
Look at the children who are making
waves. The quality of the education is not the same, sir.
Let me tell you the truth. Go and check results of those who are leaving public schools. Our public schools are back on ground, and the teachers there are well qualified. Okay? It's about mentality. It's about class system. It's about class thing. People want to show class. You have arrived, and that's why you could put your children in private schools. Look, if not this thing, look, the teachers that are a large number of those who are teaching, you have school certificate holders teaching in these private schools. For goodness sake.
But it's not all.
No,
it's not all.
No, I'm telling you.
I know it's a good number, but it's not all.
You can never get that in a public school. Hey, please, my friend, give me a break. You can never get that in a public school. You have those who are well qualified teaching in the public. The only thing you may say that is missing is about monitoring and supervision. That is the only thing perhaps that is missing. Okay? And we have been encouraging our state governments and including the FCT that what we need to put in place is monitoring mechanisms. Okay? If we have effective monitoring mechanisms in our public schools, we'll begin to see better results. If you check those who are making the best results in WAEC, the best results in all these things, you will see that they are from public schools.
Strikes. Teachers in the FCT are on strike right now, sir. As a parent, I wouldn't want my child to go to a school where the teachers can go on strike. I want my children to be able to go to school and graduate with their mates. But students in the FCT, in the public schools in the FCT right now, are having to deal with the fact that teachers are on strike, sir.
Look, we know that the FCT minister is going to attend to this issue and is going to make sure that as soon as possible, our children actually return to the classroom. And believe you me, the teachers are going to cover all the areas where they have left. You are going to start from where you have left. Okay? So, don't be afraid.
But the children,
if you have your children,
will be behind their mates in private schools.
That's what I'm telling you. If you have your children there, they are not going to be behind at all. It's like double, when they come back, it's like double job. You will start from where you stopped. Okay? Nobody is going to cut short your number of weeks for the term. You are going to still do the same number of weeks for the term. And I can assure the parents that their children will get quality education.
Well, Prof, it's always a pleasure to speak with you. Thank you so much, Professor, for being with us
pleasure
in
always
today.
to be on your program. Thank you very much for having me today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.